Good evening, folks. Welcome to 406 Regen. Not haying today because there's a chance of thunderstorms and stuff, so finishing up a different job. Well, we won't get it finished, but working on a different job here. What we're doing is we're taking this old hay. There's no nutrients or nothing in it. It's gone, spoiled. And what we're doing with it is throwing Armour down on the ground. Just to prove that, you know, there's nothing in it. This is what it is. There's zero green in that. It's just ground cover. So that's what we're doing. We're putting it out on the ground in this area that I recorded a lot here this spring, because this is where we put up our new fence. That's the west side. East side's over there. So we're going out to the fence line that way. And this area here is where we got to, and the girls, the ewes, were out of feed and we moved them. So we didn't get a spreading on the hay out as they were here and as they were grazing it. So what we're doing now, we're just coming through, we're blowing it out with the processor, and then we're gonna let the rain and the wind and all that take care of stuff. And once the grass grows up into it a little bit, it'll help hold it in place, and it'll be that much better, because this ground up here has been very lacking in nutrients. And Armour, it needs to be able to maintain that moisture that we do get. So because as you can see here, like I said, this has all been grazed once already, and it's been about, how long did he say? I'll have to look up the date on when they were all out here on this. But the recovery is very lacking, which is, we know it would be, right? But we're trying to improve everything, so we're getting a little jumpy, wanting it to get that much quicker. It's been quite a long time since the animals were out here. That being said, we didn't have no rain for the last 3.5, 4 weeks either, so I guess I can't blame it for being a little lacking on the growth side of things. But it's getting there. So that's what the processor does. It just spins the bale, shoots it off the side. I'm going to stand here upwind of it. Watch me get hit by a rock that comes flying out of that thing. That's what it does. And when it's not windy, it does a pretty good job of just blowing it out. Now there's a shield that could be on it, and that would make it go in a nice windrow. We don't want that. We want it to blow out as much as it can and kind of make it even that way. So now the one thing, this is the neighbors, and we've never had one before. Didn't have the amount of animals to justify the cost of one of those things. The one thing I did notice on this thing is when you go to load up your second bale, unless you keep the bale, the first one, and I'll show you here. I gotta get my cutter version 1.0. I need to work on it. Once you get your first bale loaded up on the arms, you absolutely cannot see to back up the rest of the way and pick up your other bale. It kind of sucks, quite honestly. This is what it does. Now there's some clanking and stuff. She's pretty worn, but arms go down. Get back under it. Arms go up. Now I'm going to set the camera down here because I got to get that wrap off, and we'll be back with you. So like I said, and then you finished dumped it in, coming back down. Now he's completely blind on this bale just because you can't see it. The arms do a decent job about allowing him to pick it up. And then this one just sits on this table. It's a little flat. And then he'll carry it off. So there we are. He's loaded up for another round. Now, problem with doing this and with net wrap is you end up with a lot of garbage. You truly do. So that's how it does it. Just shoots it out in a nice stream like that. You end up a little thicker in corners and stuff. I seen he wasn't running it as he's coming around this corner because you end up kind of just piling it in. But doing it like this, it spreads it out fairly decent. And we're not too worried. This isn't like when we did it on that the chicken feed field. We're not really worried about if it gets a little thick here and there. It is what it is. So was gonna show y'all a little bit of the biology. He kind of covered it up here. Now there's a couple of hot spots on this field from when we've grazed them and fed before. And like I said, this has all been grazed, so that's the majority of the field. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because he did blow on it, but majority of the field's not up to barely my boot tops, and this grass here in this area right here, that's up to my knee. And this is, I mean, it was a small area, but it's definitely a hot spot for when stuff was growing. So this field's working on it, you know. It is. So I'm gonna go ahead and back out of here and go sit over there at those piles, because that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the net wrap off and all that, because I'll tell you what, you come out and you do this and you're gonna be spreading, say, 40 bales. You got to get in and out of the tractor on each bale to get the wrap off. And that's if you're lucky and you were able to get the second one picked up without it falling off backwards on you, because you weren't quite right in the right spot. So that's what we're doing this evening. Gorgeous evening. Kind of a gorgeous day. It's kind of overcast. We had last couple days had over ½ inch of rain, so yay for that. Went up to the mountains last night and got some water and went for a drive because of the rain and couldn't swath. Whatever, had to get a little bit of peace of mind. Drove up to the mountains and got some water, and on the way back seen a black bear, and that's on a short on my YouTube channel if y'all want to check that out. He was just soaking up the sun. So alright, got over here waiting for him to show up. I do have a P.O. box if people were wanting to send anything for the dogs or anything. as far as treats. I know other channels, when they got bigger, that a lot of people love their animals and dogs, so they'd always be sending them stuff. And I wanted that option for the viewers to be able to get in touch with me a little bit easier and better than just commenting. So it's 406 region, P.O. Box 23, Coffee Creek, Montana 59424, and that'll be in the description below. I've been trying to get that in the description on the long form videos here for a little while. I don't always do it, but it's usually down there in a few videos. So like I said, I know people like sending stuff to the dogs and trinkets and stuff like that. If you know, when they start following somebody, so I wanted that option available for people that would want to get a hold of me like that. So it's out there, it's available. Alrighty, get him loaded up again and keep on going. We got 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 bunches here and left, so we're not gonna get all the way to the end with it. It ain't gonna cover it. We're gonna get this end done, and that side over there is all done. Just pretty much a line from like right here over to the fence that way. So we're doing what we got. It's what we got spread out. Alrighty.